This photograph is real. January 1961. A hydrogen bomb hanging from a tree in North Carolina. The Air Force got this one back. It's not even the one they couldn't find. The United States has lost 6 nuclear weapons. They have never been recovered. This file is about where they are. February 1950. A B-36 bomber leaves Alaska for Texas on a Cold War training mission carrying a Mark IV atomic bomb. Over the Pacific coast of Canada, 3 of its 6 engines catch fire. The crew does what the checklist says: get the weapon away from land. They jettison the bomb over the ocean. Its conventional explosives flash against the night. The official record says the core inside was a dummy. Lead, not plutonium. The crew bailed out over British Columbia. 12 survived the night. 5 were never found. And the bomb itself, the first nuclear weapon the United States ever lost, has never been seen again. The military filed it under a new code name for nuclear accidents, Broken Arrow. Number 1 of 32. March 1956. A B-47 leaves Florida for Morocco with a crew of 3 and 2 capsules of nuclear weapons material in carrying cases. Over the Mediterranean, it descends into a cloud bank toward its second mid-air refueling. The tanker waits at the rendezvous point. The B-47 never comes out of the clouds. No mayday, no wreckage, no oil slick. Despite one of the largest searches of the decade, no trace of the aircraft, the crew, or the nuclear material has ever been found. An entire bomber lost inside a cloud. Broken Arrows 2 and 3. February 1958. 2 Air Force jets collide in the dark over Georgia. The crippled B-52's little brother, a B-47, is carrying a Mark 15 hydrogen bomb, 7,600 pounds of it. The pilot cannot land safely with it aboard, so he drops it into the shallow water of Wassaw Sound near Tybee Island and lands the plane. 10 weeks of searching found nothing, and then the paperwork started disagreeing with itself. This receipt, signed the day before the flight, says the bomb's nuclear core was simulated, a dummy. But in 1966, an Assistant Secretary of Defense told Congress it had been a complete weapon, a bomb with a nuclear capsule. Both documents are real. Both cannot be true. The one object that could settle it has been under the silt of Wassaw Sound for 68 years. The Air Force's last word: if it's intact, it poses no hazard. If Broken Arrow number, well, that depends on which document you believe. January 1961. 3 days after Kennedy's inauguration, a B-52 with 2 Mark 39 hydrogen bombs breaks apart in the night sky over Goldsboro, North Carolina. 3 of the 8 crew members do not survive the breakup, and as the bomber tears apart, it does something no one intended. It pulls the arming lanyards, exactly as if a crew had ordered the bombs released. Weapon 1 rides its parachute down and stands itself upright in a field. The photograph from the start of this file. When the disposal team reached it, they found its arming sequence had run. 3 of its 4 safety stages had activated. 3 of 4. 8 years later, a government scientist named Parker Jones reviewed the incident in a classified memo. His conclusion, declassified in 2013, reads, "One simple, dynamo technology, low voltage switch stood between the United States and a major catastrophe. One switch on a 3.8 megaton weapon, 250 times Hiroshima. Weapon 2 had no parachute. It hit a waterlogged field at around 700 miles an hour and buried itself. Excavators recovered most of it, but the secondary stage, the part containing uranium, kept sinking into the mud beyond their reach. This photograph is the actual dig. They went down 40 feet. The water table beat them. The Air Force gave up, filled the hole, and the Army Corps of Engineers bought a permanent easement over the land. No digging, no building. Forever. Today, it is a fenced patch of an ordinary field outside Goldsboro. Crops grow around it. The uranium is still down there. The government's own survey put it around 180 feet deep. It is the only lost weapon with a street address. December 1965, the aircraft carrier Ticonderoga, 70 miles off Okinawa. An A-4 Skyhawk is being rolled from the hangar to the elevator, a 1-megaton B-43 bomb slung beneath it. The aircraft rolls backward off the elevator. Lieutenant Douglas Webster, his plane, and the weapon go over the side together and sink in 16,000 feet of water. None of the three was ever recovered. The Navy did not acknowledge losing a hydrogen bomb for 24 years. When it surfaced in 1989, the admission caused a diplomatic incident with Japan. The bomb is still on the seabed. Of the 6 lost weapons, this is the only one that was complete and capable of nuclear detonation. 3 years later, the submarine USS Scorpion went down southwest of the Azores with 99 men and 2 nuclear torpedoes. The Navy found the wreck. The cause has never been settled. The torpedoes were left with the ship, a war grave 2 miles down. Broken arrows. The files never say lost. They say not recovered. So here's the map the paperwork adds up to. 1 in the Pacific, off Canada. 2 somewhere under the Mediterranean. 1 in the silt of a Georgia Sound. 1 under a farm field in North Carolina. 1 on the floor of the Philippine Sea. And 2 more inside a submarine near the Azores. None of them, officially, poses a hazard. Every official assessment says so. Those assessments were written by the same offices that once wrote, simulated, on a receipt for a bomb another official swore was complete. The tree photograph is real. The receipt is real. The memo is real. The fence around that field in North Carolina is real. You can see it on any satellite map. Crops growing right up to the wire. 6 weapons. 32 files. Nothing recovered since 1968. It's all still out there.